to be reading from John chapter 1, beginning at verse 2. Then they said to him, "Who are you? Let us have an answer for those who sent us. What do you say about yourself?" And he said, "I am the voice of the one crying in the wilderness. Make straight the way of the Lord." Brothers and sisters, the most interesting position in the game of football has to be the kicker. Because although the kicker has some other responsibilities to run, catch, tackle, it is his dedication and execution of his primary responsibility of kicking that makes him the most valuable during the critical moments of the life of the game. The kicker's ability to kick the ball direct through the goalpost is essential in giving the team the critical points that they need to lead to success. The kicker's ability to kick down the field is key in helping the team to achieve proper defensive position in order to protect themselves against the offensive efforts of the opposing team. And the kicker's ability to kick onside is critical to the team's ability to recover the football in a time of crisis. Similarly, the licensed and ordained minister's primary responsibility is to preach, and their dedication and execution of preaching is critical to the lives of the congregation. Their execution of direct preaching is essential in giving the congregation critical points of truth that is successful to lead them into the will of God. The preacher's execution of forward preaching by highlighting the civil injustice, economical downturns, and political shifts of the world is key in helping the congregation properly position themselves to stand against the offenses of the enemy. And the preacher's execution of what I like to call onside preaching, that is to let people know that God is on their side, is critical because it lets people know that with God they have the victory and can recover all that they have lost. Allow me to simply suggest that the text is trying to teach us that the licensed and ordained minister, as a licensed and ordained minister, you must always recognize that one of your primary responsibilities is to preach. This is the similar situation that we see in the scenes of our scripture as it relates to our main character, John the Baptist. John the Baptist demonstrates that he understands that his main responsibility is to preach. We encounter our scripture in the middle of a conversation between the temple priest and John the Baptist, where they ask him who you are, and he replies to them, "I am the voice in the wilderness declaring the way of the Lord." Here's the interesting thing. It was the impact of John the Baptist's preaching and ministry that allowed people to inquire about him. It was the work that he was doing in ministry that brought about the inquiries to ask about him. And I know that we as ministers, we want to go out, we want to preach, we want to get on the major stages and the big lights, but can I remind you that it is the impact of your ministry that makes people inquire about you. If you have no impact, there will be no inquiry. So here it is. The priest asked John, "Who are you?" And he replied, "I'm the voice in the desert declaring the way of the Lord." Three pieces of this answer that I find very interesting. The first part, he says, "I am the voice." The second part, he says, "in the desert." The third part, he says, "declaring the way of the Lord." Can I translate? He's basically saying, I am a preacher in this context, preaching a message given from God. Basically saying, before you try to make me anything else, before you try to put titles on my name, before I get a ministry bookings at gmail.com on my profile, before I post my itinerary online, before I take cute little headshots with my Baptist uniform, before I get on the board on somebody's convention, I am a preacher whose primary responsibility is to preach a relevant message from God in the context in which I am serving. And when you recognize that your primary responsibility is to preach a relevant message in the context in which you are serving, we ain't got to worry about you being dedicated to preaching, because you're going to preach in the morning, and you're going to preach in the evening, and you're going to go to sleep dreaming about preaching. Somebody ought to say, yeah, yes. When you recognize that your primary primary responsibility is to preach a relevant message in the context in which you are serving. We ain't got to worry about you being dedicated to preaching because you'll stay up all night studying for preaching. You'll go on YouTube just to learn how to preach. You'll get a congregation of pillows in your basement and you'll preach the pillows happy. Because when you recognize that your primary responsibility is to preach a relevant message, we ain't got to worry about you being dedicated to preaching. Yes. Can I help somebody out here today? It's not just their jobs to be preachers, but it's also the congregation's job to be preachers as well. Because I remember in the airport, I read a sign on the wall that said, if you see something, you ought to say something. That means if you perceive something to have happened that was unique and out of the ordinary, you ought to open up your mouth and let somebody know. Can I argue and tell you that when you see something in your life that is extraordinary and something that you could not control that happened to you and you know that you couldn't do it on your own, you ought to say something. You ought to tell somebody that God's been good. If you see that God has made a way for you, you ought to tell somebody that He is a way maker. If you see somebody say something that God has opened doors for you, you ought to say He's a door opener. And if you can't think of nothing else to say, when you see God has made a way for you, you at least ought to open up your mouth and say thank you. Thank you, Lord, for making a way for me. Thank you, Lord, because now I understand. And my primary responsibility is to preach a relevant message in the context in which I am serving. Amen.